Hello and welcome to this edition of Tips and Tricks. Now today I'll be talking about feeling the bite. Now in a perfect world, every bass that hit your lure would either give you the typical tap tap or the sort of ka-thunk, or would grab it and go away from you. But the reality is most of your bites come from something that just doesn't feel right. I mean, a lot of times I set the hook and I have a fish and I bring the fish in, and afterwards I'm like, why'd I even set the hook? But it's just because it feels different. It becomes instinctual that when you fish something so much and fish it all the time, that you know the feel of it and how it should feel. And anytime something's different, that's when you should set the hook. And when you're flipping, a lot of times you're flipping, when you go to pick up, you'll just feel weight. It'll kind of feel like it's stuck. And a lot of times your tendency is to set the hook. Well, if it's not a fish, you're probably going to stick yourself into whatever you're against and disturb the area and mess up being able to catch other fish there. So it's okay to just pick up and put some pressure on it. Just hold it kind of tight. And if you do feel anything start to pull back, that's when you set the hook. I have actually some footage here that I'm going to show you of me doing just that. Like that. Now you can see I didn't feel a tap tap, I didn't feel a ka-thunk. The fish wasn't moving, it had it in its mouth and it was just sitting there. So when I held it tight and I felt it just kind of move a little bit, that's when I set the hook. And also when you're fishing either a spinnerbait or crankbait or something that's getting vibration as it's going through, if you ever lose feel of the vibration, set the hook. Because a lot of times those fish grab it and keep coming at you. And when they grab the business end of a spinnerbait, it'll stop the blade from spinning. And it'll actually maybe come with you for a foot or two, and then it'll actually spit it out, and all of a sudden you feel the blades again, and you're like, oh, something must have caught on the blade, but quite often it might be a fish. And it's the same with a crankbait. Sometimes you lose the wobble, it just disappears. Or the line kind of goes a little slack and you don't feel it. Set the hook, because like I said, that's fish coming up behind it and grabbing it and going pretty much the same speed you were reeling it. And I actually have footage of a buzzbait fish that I caught, and viewers on the video started saying, wow, at such and such, it looks like you set the hook before that fish even hit. And well, I have that footage to show you. And see, there it is. I mean, even at surface lure, usually you will see the hit, but it just felt different. It felt like a little heavier or something, and so I instinctually set the hook, and it ended up being a bass. So just remember that fish don't always hit with the standard tap tap, ka-thunk, or go away from you when they hit a bait. And you have to learn to become instinctual with it, and just when it just doesn't feel right, set the hook. I hope this helps. Until next time.